listening to the Horn Webcast Network, powered by iHSFAN. If you're interested in advertising on or privately supporting this webcast, please reach out to us on Twitter at iHSFAN. All audio rights of this webcast presentation belong to iHSFAN, and any intent to rebroadcast or retransmit must have express written consent from iHSFAN.
Live from Rattler Stadium in San Marcos, the iHSFAN Network brings you McNeil football presented by Brian Kerman Realtor, RE/MAX Capital City. Tonight, the McNeil Mavericks enter the area round of the playoffs with a 7-4 record as they take on the number 11 Steele Knights, who come in with a 10-1 record so far this year. Hello, everyone. Welcome into the broadcast tonight. Brad Tillery here with you. Excuse my voice just a bit. Caught a little bit of something over the last day or two, but we're going to tough it out tonight and bring you round 2 of the Texas High School football playoffs and the McNeil Mavericks, who enter the game on a 4-game win streak, including that amazing comeback last week against Bowie back at the Kelly Reese Athletic Complex. Fourth quarter comeback, and McNeil was down 14-0 at the start of the fourth, came back and won 17-14. This is now the longest win streak for the Mavs since the end of 2021 and the beginning of 2022, when they won the final 2 games of the one season, came back and won the first 2 games of the next year, before going on the slide last year to end the season. But the Mavericks, rolling right now, have kind of been in playoff mode really for the last 3 weeks, having to play their way in, and now find themselves in a big-time second-round matchup with one of the better teams in 6A football here in the south area, or the central region of Texas, and Cibolo Steele, a team from Schertz, Texas, just outside of San Antonio. Once you get into round 2 here in the playoffs, you start playing neutral site games, and so these 2 teams agreed to play here in San Marcos tonight. A little bit of traffic getting down here tonight is what I was told. The band is actually just now getting here for McNeil, as are a lot of other fans who traveled down behind them. So the far side where the McNeil fans are still filling in. I made the choice to come down last night, so I've actually been in San Marcos for a full evening getting ready for tonight's broadcast. But we're so glad to have you along with us. The Steele Knights, who come into this game 10-1. Their only loss this year, a 20-10 game they dropped early in the season at Lake Travis. They are averaging over 40 points a game, and they are just stacked with next-level talent. They've got 2 defensive backs committed to Vanderbilt that are seniors, safety Dante Carter and cornerback Alvin Williamson Jr. 3 of their junior class are being recruited to the next level in wide receivers Jalen Cooper and Royal Capel, as well as the running back Samuel Harris. He's the backup running back because the sophomore is really kind of the star of this team. Sophomore running back Jonathan Hatton Jr., a 4-star commit, already going to Oklahoma's where he's committed. He's got 921 yards on the ground and 20 TDs so far for Steele, a team that loves to run the football, and they have yet to play a single-score game all year, including their loss. Everything has been 10 points or more, either wins or loss. So we'll see what happens if McNeil can maybe get them into a dogfight here tonight, how this Steele team would respond, as those are the kinds of games McNeil, quite frankly, has excelled at over the course of the season and the last few weeks. We're going to step aside here for just a second. When we come back, we'll let you hear from Coach Scott Hermes as we continue the pregame show. We're about 5 minutes and 20 seconds away from kickoff tonight between the San Marcos, between the McNeil Mavericks and the Steele Knights. This is McNeil Maverick football presented by Brian Kerman Realtor, RE/MAX Capital City on the iHSFAN Network.
Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net.
Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs, with stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility. And with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. CovertFord.com.
Pregame, 3, 2. Welcome back to the pregame show as we come to you from San Marcos tonight at Rattler Stadium, round 2 of the Texas High School playoffs as the McNeil Mavericks take on the Steele Knights. And joining me as always, the head coach for the McNeil Mavericks, Coach Scott Hermes. Coach, how you doing on this fine evening?
Hey, doing great. Glad to be here.
Let's go back to last week real quick like we always do. First playoff win in 19 years after first playoff appearance. More than anything, the resolve your team showed after what I thought was a first half where maybe some calls went against your way, but your team showed resolve in that fourth quarter, especially to come back and pick up a victory.
Yeah, we thought the second quarter was really a bad quarter for us in all three phases. Weren't playing complimentary football. A lot of errors, a lot of mistakes, a lot of self-inflicted mistakes. We were fortunate to only be down 2 scores after that, and we talked at halftime about, listen, we did some uncharacteristic things. We did some things we haven't done in 6-7 weeks of football, and we know we can't play that way and win. So the good news is we were down 14-0. Again, it goes back to what our motto has been all offseason: expect to win. All right, so you're down 2 scores. How are we going to win the game? And so kids came out and really performed well, especially in the fourth quarter.
I thought that first play of the fourth quarter was the key, the fumble recovery to really spark the team. And it seemed like the team just took all the momentum from there.
Yeah, I really felt like once we got the momentum, you could see our guys really fired up, and you could see their guys maybe a little bit deflated. And props to our guys for using that momentum and turning it into points. And then again, getting stops, points, and keep going, and then finishing the thing off.
We've talked about the growth of this young team all year, but what does it say to you in their first playoff game as a group and as a unit to be able to make a comeback like that under the pressure?
One of the things that we do in our offseason is our boot camp. We talk about going from a bunch of individuals to a group, to a team, to a family. We talk about how a football team is just like a family, and that family only gets to stay together as long as that football season lasts. So if you want to stay together, if you want your family to stay together, you got to win whenever you get to this time of year. And it shows that we want to stay together. We want to keep playing. So great stuff by the kids.
Let's look at tonight now. You're playing the number 11 team in the state, obviously a very high-scoring team, a lot of college prospects on this team. What have you seen on tape, and how do you attack them?
You know what? They're big up front. They run the ball really well. Awesome running back. And they've got a good crop of wide receivers, so that whenever the quarterback, after they've handed the ball off 8 times in a row, then you better get ready because play action's coming over the top. And they got guys who can go up and go get it. So it's a really well-coached team. Their defense is very good. They kind of have a reputation of having good defense year in, year out, and this year's no exception. So it's going to be a heck of a challenge, but I think our guys are up to it.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it, and good luck tonight.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
That's Coach Scott Hermes, the head coach of the McNeil Mavericks. Back in just a minute with kickoff of round 2 of the Texas High School playoffs. This is McNeil Maverick football on the iHSFAN network.
Timeout. All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Welcome back to Rattler Stadium in San Marcos as we get set to kick off the game tonight. Round 2 of the Texas High School playoffs, the area round. between the McNeil Mavericks and the Steele Knights. Brad Tillery here with you from the broadcast booth at this beautiful stadium in San Marcos, just a couple of years old. I've actually been here one other time with the iHSFAN network. And this stadium, if you want a kind of a local comparison up around the Austin area, I would tell you if you have been to the field over at Pflugerville, very, very similar comparison to what we have here at Rattler Stadium. A very nice facility. We want to thank them as well for their amazing hospitality today and allowing us to come in and have everything set up, do the job, and bring this broadcast to you tonight. They have been nothing short of fantastic since we got here earlier this afternoon. The teams have taken the field. The anthem has been played, and we are getting set to kick off tonight. You'll have it. You notice right away it is audio only. That is the broadcast tonight due to UIL rules. So you just got my voice this evening as we will bring it to you best we can, old school radio style tonight here in the booth as we get set for this ball game. The Steele Knights will be wearing the dark jerseys. They are in all black uniforms, black unis with black pants as well. They've got white numerals on the back, white piping down the pants, and the black helmet, or the kind of silver helmets rather, shining in the lights. As for the McNeil Mavericks, they're in the white unis. They've got the blue numerals trimmed out in green and the white pants as well as the traditional blue and green helmets. The captains are meeting at midfield right now, getting set for the coin toss as they kind of just work their way out there. Again, these two teams, I believe it's their first meeting. I couldn't find any record of them playing previously. Steele is the number 11 team in the state. Their only loss to Lake Travis, a 20-10 defeat earlier this season. They were perfect 5-0 in their district, although, to be quite frank with y'all, the district was not one that you would consider overly tough this season. As for McNeil, of course, their first playoff appearance since 2004. They got the victory last week against Bowie, and now trying to get to the third round with a big win tonight. Want to let you know, too, as well, attention football fanatics, don't miss out on the opportunity to be a part of Texas football history, where dreams are realized, legends are born, and where unforgettable moments unfold before your very eyes. Mark your calendars for the UIL State Football Championships, December 13th through 16th at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where the best teams from 6-man to 6A leave it all on the field in the hopes of being named champion. For the latest updates and ticket information, head over to uiltexas.org/football. That's uiltexas.org/football. The Mavericks have won the toss. They have deferred to the second half, so they're going to put that strong defensive unit on the field out there first. And it's kind of going to be a little bit of strength on strength here as Steele, known for their offense and especially that potent running attack, will get the football to start the game. Two teams and captains have shaken hands. We are getting set. The crowd's still filing in here a little bit in San Marcos. If you are wondering where the stadium is in the high school, if you're coming south on 35, you'll actually go past Texas State to around exit 200, 201 or so. Hang a left like you're going east, and then about a mile or two off the highway on 35, you will find this very nice facility. The Mavs have taken the field, and it will be Bryce Wilson to kick it away. Let's see who is back there for the Steele Knights. I have been all day in my head, for whatever reason, wanting them called the Steele Panthers, and that is absolutely not their name. Sammy Harris, the running back, a sophomore, is back there, as well as another young man, but I can't make out the number just yet. I think that is Christian Teets, the wide receiver. Bryce Wilson, the big right leg kicker. Checks with his teammates. Here's the run-up. Ball at the 40. Boot meets leather. We're underway in the second round of the high school playoffs. Sammy Harris fields it around the 5, brings it towards the near side. Stutters, steps, now hits the hold, and he's tackled at the 27. And that's where Steele will start the football game. The Knights going left to right as you listen this evening on this first quarter. Ball will be near the right hash mark to start the drive for Steele. And for Steele, it will be the quarterback, Chad Warner, leading him out to the field. Jonathan Hatton, the sophomore superstar running back in the backfield, to his left. A receiver on each side as well with two tight ends. Fake the handoff. They'll shoulder fake left. Now throw it deep down the left sideline. He's got a man open, and it is caught deep into McNeil territory at the 37. One-on-one shoulder fake and a beautiful throw and catch. Hauled in by Jalen Cooper. (23, 33, 36 yards on the opening play of the game for Steele. They will huddle up. Ball at the McNeil 38-yard line. 1st and 10 here. Man goes into motion. There's the handoff to Hatton. Up the middle, and he'll meet a wall of defenders. Only picks up a yard or two. First man there for McNeil was Marshall Holland. Steele band is off to our right. The McNeil band directly opposite them on the other side. On the east side over there. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Ball between the hash marks. Another handoff to Hatton up the middle, and he's chopped down after another short gain. It was Bobby Holland shooting the gap and making the tackle. Hatton gets out to the 33, and that will bring up 3rd down and about 4 or 5. Steele already in McNeil territory after that big long pass play to start the game. 3 receivers to the right, 1 left now. They send the man into motion, swinging out to him out of the backfield. Ball caught and taken down at the 30-yard line was Sammy Harris on the swing pass out of the backfield. Looked like it was Caden Patty who stepped up and made the play. 4th down and 2 now, and I assume Steele's going to think about going for this. Ball is on the 30-yard line. It's on the forward side of the 30, so it's a short 2 that Steele needs here. Substitutions coming in. Steele showing no rush with the ball on the right hash mark. 2 tight ends in the formation. Running back in. They'll send a man in motion. They hand it off to the right side and off to the races. 15-10, 5, touchdown, Steele. Sammy Harris takes it to the house, and the Knights are on the board early. 4th and 2. They blocked it well, and once he got past the first wall of defenders, nobody was back there for McNeil on the 30-yard touchdown run. Sammy Harris takes it in. Here's the extra point on the way. Snap down, kick is up, and the kick is good. Your score with 10:08 left in the opening quarter. Steele has a 7-0 lead over McNeil. That was a 5-play drive. Took 73 yards. And as we do the math here, 1 minute and 46 seconds off the clock for Steele to start the football game. McNeil had him in a 4th down situation. 4th and 2 at the 30. But credit Steele, they blocked it well. They are the 11th ranked team in the state. And we're able to find pay dirt on 4th down. 7-0 the score in favor of Steele. And McNeil will send the offense out for the first time tonight. It's Ramon Gutierrez to kick it away here for Steele. Aiden Taylor and Joshua Gaden back deep for the Mavericks. Gutierrez with the run up and the boot. High end over end kick towards the near sideline, fielded by Gaden at the 6. He'll return it out to the 15, spins off a tackle, and he'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line out to the 18. Mavericks with their first possession now. 10:02 to go in the opening quarter, down 7-0 already. After the quick touchdown strike, let's see how the offense responds. Steele loves to score a lot of points, but they will give up a decent amount as well. Just kind of a matter of, can McNeil make this into a 4-quarter game? 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. And there's a fake handoff. Schultz keeps it up the middle, and he's going to pick up 8 yards on 1st down out to the 25. The inverted veer keeper as he faked it off to Joshua Williams. I'll say he got tackled at the 24, so this is going to be 2nd and 3. Split back to the backfield. Jaden Schultz will send a man in motion. That's Gaden off to the right. He's got 3 receivers over there now. Schultz rolls that way, looks to throw, fires, and it's complete in the slot to Gaden at the 35. He's out to the 40, and that's a first down for the Mavericks. Haven't seen Joshua Gaden used too much in the receiving game this year, but there he goes making a 16-yard completion. First and 10, McNeil at the 41. Pistol formation. Hand off to Williams on the stretch play on the left side. Makes a cut. Cuts back up the middle. He's across the 45, 50. He's got a first down and more into Steele territory at the 47. Back-to-back first down plays for the McNeil offense as they are at the Steele 47. 12-yard pickup there and a nice cut by Joshua Williams to stick his foot in the ground and go back the opposite way. Twin receivers on each side. They'll hand it off to Williams up the middle again. Huge hole, and he'll pick up an easy 5 yards out to the 41. Actually gets up 6. Nice opening drive here so far for the Mavericks, trying to answer that early Steele touchdown. Heavy formation, they go under center. Another handoff up the middle, it's Williams. And this time, Joshua Williams only picks up about a yard. Third down, 3 to go rather, for McNeil on this opening drive for them. Two receivers on each side. Williams stays in the pistol. Ball on the right hash mark at the Steele 40-yard line. Steele looked like they jumped. They got back on side. Schultz looking to throw. Chunks one down the middle into coverage. It is tipped up in the air. It's incomplete. No flag on the play. Looked like the defender, Dante Carter, might have gotten there a fraction of a second early covering Dayron Calhoun, but it was no flag, and it's 4th down and 3. I got a feeling Coach Hermes is going to be aggressive here. Offense staying on the field in plus territory at the 40. 4th and 3. Big play early in the game here for the Maverick offense. They might punt as well. We've seen this a few times this year where the Mavs will send the offense out and then do a quick kick. They're going to go, though. Schultz to throw. Quick pass. Far sideline. It's caught, and that's going to be a first down and more. Gerald Gary picks it up as he's able to keep his feet and break a tackle, and they pick up a 7 yards. Jarrell Gary picks up 7. Ball to the 33-yard line now. 1st and 10 Mavericks. 2 receivers left. Gary up top alone to the right. Schultz drops straight backs, throws down the middle into triple coverage. It's tipped up. It's incomplete. He was looking for Gary the whole way on a post route, but that pattern rather was well covered. Mavericks throwing the ball a decent amount here early. 4 pass plays in the first 8 snaps. Split backs now. Williams to the left. And they will fake the handoff. Schultz rolling to his left, looking to throw. He's got a man in the flat. That's Gary. It's caught at the 30. He'll be tripped up at the 26, but a nice play for the Mavericks. Picks up 7 yards, and that will make it 3rd down and 3. Really moving Schultz around a lot here early to get him out of the pocket, extend plays a bit, and trying to find creative ways to get the ball to Jarrell Gary. Ball in the left hash mark now. 3rd down and 3. Pistol formation. They'll pitch it inside to Aiden Taylor. He cuts up the middle. He's inside the red zone down to the 14-yard line, and that's another first down for the Mavericks. They took Taylor in motion and pitched it to him inside of the run play for a gain of 12. Now they go fast. Another same play on the pitch inside. Taylor finds room inside the 5. He'll spin down at the 4. It's a first down and goal. Mavs going fast again, and now Steele's got an injury down at the goal line. Heck of a drive here to start the game for the McNeil offense, trying to answer the Steele touchdown to start it off. Steele with a 5-play touchdown drive to start the game, but the Mavs have marched 11 plays on a drive that started at their own 18 and now sit first and goal from the 4. 6:36 to go in the opening quarter. 7-0 the score. Steele with the lead. While we've got a second, I want to thank a few people. McNeil Maverick Football would like to thank the following sponsors: MSF Electric, CQ Installations, Axis Utilities, DJB Systems, Insight AC, and Covert Buick. We'd also like to thank the following for their continued support of Maverick Football: Rudy's Barbecue, The League, Tony C's, Mighty Fine, Freebirds, and Kona Ice. And a very special thank you to Nash Entertainment for the amazing videos and for capturing all of the special moments this season. Alvin Williamson, one of the star defensive backs for this club, was the man who was down for Steele. He's off under his own power. It is first and goal for the Mavericks. Ball spotted at the 4-yard line. Pistol formation, 2 tight ends in. Mavs will send Nathaniel Jackson in motion. Heavy set to the right. It's a stretch play to the right side to Williams, who lowers his shoulder, and Joshua Williams picks up just a yard down to the 3. Second down and goal to go from the 3 now for the Mavs. They stick with the 2 tight ends. Actually, that's Gary up top. It's the same pitch play inside to Taylor. He turns the corner, and Aiden Taylor just gets a yard this time. Down to the 2. So McNeil just inching their way down towards the goal line. Third and goal now from the 2. Under center, the Mavs go this time. Soltz can get the snap off, have too many men. I hope he's able to get it off a little late, but Williams up the middle. He plows forward, and he is into the end zone. The Mavs are on the board. Touchdown, McNeil. Joshua Williams right up the gut. 14-play touchdown drive for the McNeil Mavericks as they punch it in and answer the Steele touchdown drive to start the game. Extra point due here from Bryce Wilson. Snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick is true. Your score with 5:34 to go in the opening quarter. We're all tied up. Steele 7 and McNeil 7 here in San Marcos after one heck of an answer from the McNeil Mavericks. A 14-play, 82-yard drive for McNeil. And it swallowed up 4 minutes and 28 seconds off the clock. 7-7 your score. And that's the kind of answer that you'd love to see from the Mavs. You think that confidence from last week is probably carrying over after the fourth quarter comeback, and you feel like you can play with anybody. And one thing, I was talking with Coach Hermes before the game, and I don't think he'd mind me sharing this. He said, one thing that I kind of like about, he came from Vandergrift, as we know. He said, one thing I kind of like about tonight in this game is our guys, they know who the powers are in Austin and who the big teams kind of have been traditionally, but they don't know too much about Steele's reputation. And so for them, it's a game. Let's go play. And I think that attitude, you could see it on the field tonight. There's no fear from this McNeil team here in the early going. And we've got a ball game here early, 7-7 with 5:34 to go in the opening quarter. Bryce Wilson ready to kick another one away. There's the boot, high end over end kick, backing the receiver up into the end zone, and it will be Sammy Harris bringing it out down the left sideline, still on his feet at the 25, slices through the return man, and he's out to the 30-yard line. Steele will get the ball at the 30 to start this second drive of the game. Their first play of the game, a long pass down the left sideline on a pump and go. McNeil got him into a 4th and 2 situation after that. But a 30-yard touchdown run on 4th and 2 from Sammy Harris is how Steele scored their opening drive touchdown. 7-7 your score here. Steele getting it for the second time. Trip receivers on the right bunched up near the line of scrimmage. Handoff over the left side. That's Harris as they try to get him out in space. He spins off one tackle and the second. And he'll get out to the 39, a yard shy of the first down. Cameron Green was trying to come in from behind and strip that football. as he was being tackled, but really nice job by Harris to get it high and tight and stop that from happening. Sammy Harris stays in at running back. They send a man in motion. Flip it to him on the far sideline. That's going to be a first down and more on the jet sweep. And out to the 50-yard line. It looks like number 0, but I don't see a 0 on the roster. Oh, that's number 9. Excuse me. That's Grant Hamilton, a wide receiver. 11-yard pickup for Hamilton, and it is first down. Ball right at midfield. 4 receivers, 2 on each side. Fake the handoff to Harris. Looking to throw, flips one near the near side. That ball is caught at the 48 of McNeil. Cutting inside and tackled at the 40 was Dante Carter. Made the first man miss, and he's able to pick up 10 more and get a first down. Out to the McNeil 40-yard line. Chad Warner, the quarterback, calls for a huddle. Ball on the right hash mark. 2 receivers left, 1 right here, with a tight end on the left side as well. Hands off over the right. That's Hatton. And Hatton picks up about 5 down to the 33. Actually, he's going to get about 6 there. I forgot they started at the 40. Second and 4 now for Steele. Pistol formation. Fake handoff. The ball is on the ground. It is picked up alertly in the backfield. Now running toward the near sideline and tackled at the 35 for about a yard loss. Cameron Green stepped up to make the tackle. An alert play by the Steele receiver. I think it was Grant Hamilton who noticed the ball was on the ground on the messed up handoff. It's actually Avian Farrow. And he's able to pick it up and kind of avert disaster, only losing a yard on the play. It is 3rd down and 5 now for Steele. Trip receivers bunched to the right. They hand it off to Hatton over the right side. He's got room up the middle, and he will find a first down out to the 27-yard line. This offensive line can really block well for Steele. Very good about opening holes, and the running backs hit them quick. Hatton over the right side this time in the stretch play, and he cuts upfield and finds the 20-yard line before Marshall Holland brings him down. 6-yard gain. 2:48 to go in the opening quarter, still tied at 7. Steele on the march, though, at the McNeil 21. Warner calls for the snap, drops straight back, looks left. He will throw a fade to the left side, or left corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete. Well defended out there by the McNeil Mavericks. Keegan McBride to get a hand up and face guard a little bit too without interfering. Dante Carter was the intended receiver. Here comes 3rd down and about 3 to go. 9th play of the drive incoming for Steele. Jonathan Hatton, the running back, next to Chad Warner, who calls for it. They'll send a couple of men in motion to the left side. Hand off to Hatton up the middle, and he will not pick up much, maybe a yard or 2. That's going to bring up 4th down. Well played by the defensive line, especially numbered 53, Joshua Abshir. Kind of getting low, subverting the play just a bit, and it's enough to let the linebackers come in and clean it all up. No gain, and here comes 4th down and 3. Second time McNeil has forced a 4th down and short in this game. Steele's going to go for it. There's a snap. Hand off to Hatton up the middle, and he is not going to get there tonight as Bobby Holland eats him up in the backfield. McNeil gets off the field. 3rd and 3. The handoff to the Oklahoma commit goes nowhere, and the Mavericks hold. First and 10, McNeil. They'll get it at their own 21. Tied up with 1:56 to go in the opening quarter. Again, folks, if my voice cracks or something occasionally tonight, I apologize. I'm fighting a little bug or something, but we're going to fight through it just like these Mavs tonight. 3 wide to the right. Ball on the left hash mark. First and 10, Mavs. It is a handoff over the right side to Williams. Plenty of blocking. He gets across the 25 out to the 26. And that'll pick up 5 yards on first down. They go the receivers to the left side now to the open boundary as the ball's on the right hash mark. Williams stays in at running back in the pistol. Fake the handoff. They'll throw it near side on the bubble screen. That gets into the hands of Gary. He'll be tackled by his ankles at about the 29-yard line, and our first flag of the game comes in as well. Probably a hold based on where it was, and that is the call. Holding against the Mavericks as the receivers who are blocking for Gary. Somebody got a little too much on him. First penalty of the night. A penalty of the night goes against McNeil as the ball backed up to the 17-yard line. So make it first and about 14 rather for McNeil, or second and 14 rather for McNeil. 2 receivers on each side for the Mavs. Low snap. Schultz keeps it. He's going to kick it up the middle, and he had room to run, but he's tackled from behind at the 21. Well done by the defender for Steele, number 17, Brian Burnett, because he probably saved a first down. 3rd and 9 now for the Mavs. Ball on the 22-yard line. 7-7 game with 40 seconds to go in the opening quarter. 2 receivers each side. Ball on the left hash. Schultz calls for it. Looking left. He will throw it toward the sideline. It's incomplete. Intended for Dayron Calhoun, who was well covered out there by Alvin Williamson. 4th down coming up. McNeil will have to punt it away. So a big stop for the McNeil defense, but the offense, the penalty really hurt there. And the first punt of the ball game will be happening with 29 seconds to go in this opening quarter. Bryce Wilson to punt it. Snap to him is clean. Plenty of time to get it away, and it's an end-over-end punt angled toward the sideline, and that's going to go out of bounds, so no return here as it goes out at the McNeil 46. Steele will get the ball in really good field position, but that also took away any chance of a return for the Knights, who have some dynamic players out there, and I'm assuming that was by design. Officially, they'll spot it at the 45 of the Mavericks. So Steele with a short field to work with. 22 seconds to go in the quarter. Hatton in the backfield takes the handoff up the middle, and the Mavs defensive line just really stacking up plays right now. Cameron Green comes in to make the tackle. Bobby Holland was there as well. Short gain of 2. Down to 4 seconds to go, and Steele is going to let this clock run out and flip sides of the field. We are through 1 quarter of play tonight in San Marcos, and we've got a good one. The number 11 ranked team in the state, Steele Knights, all tied up with the McNeil Mavericks, 7 apiece. Back in just a minute. This is McNeil Maverick football, presented by Brian Kerman Realtor, RE/MAX Capital City on the iHSFAN Network.
Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net.
Start of the second quarter, 2nd and 8 for Steele. A little pitch play in the backfield, and that'll be dropped for a loss as it was Darren Powell taken the running back down from behind on the end-around pitch play. I believe it was actually a receiver that he took. I couldn't find the number. Maybe it was Sean Robinson, it appeared to be. And here comes 3rd down and 12 now for Steele at the McNeil 47. Second quarter, all tied up at 7 between Steele and McNeil. Mavs coming with some heat on 3rd and 12. Stepping up to throw down the middle. That is complete. That's a first down. Heck of a strike from Chad Warner. He had plenty of protection, and he found his tight end down the middle for a first down in Christian Fossbinner. All the way down to the 20-yard line on 3rd and 12. Warner, the ball between the hash marks at the 20. Fakes the handoff, throws the bubble screen near side. It's complete to Dante Carter, and Carter will be hit and pushed out of bounds around the 15-yard line. 2nd down and 5 coming up. Tough one for McNeil on that 3rd and 12 to force the long play and not get off the field there. Handoff to Hatton up the middle, and he picks up about 4 down to the 11. He'll be 3rd down and 1. Steele huddles up. They get the call. Chad Warner and his offense with Hatton in the backfield. They'll send a man in motion. It's a handoff to Hatton towards the right side. He's well inside the 10, down to the 5. Pickup of 6-yard line for the running back, Jonathan Hatton. He has 20 rushing TDs so far this year, and they will officially mark him down at the 4, so it's 1st and goal. 7th play of the drive, handoff to Hatton again. Breaks out of 1 tackle, but not the 2nd. Picks up just a yard down to the 3. Sammy Harris substituting into the ball game now for the Steele Knights in place of Hatton. Harris already has 1 rushing touchdown. 2 tight ends in the formation. Handoff to Harris, right side, and he will lower his shoulder. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Steele, as Sammy Harris has his 2nd score of the night. 3-yard touchdown rush over the right side. Extra point pending here for Steele after the 8-play drive finds Pater. Extra point from Ramon Gutierrez is up, and the kick has plenty of leg. It is good. Your score with 9:45 to go in the first half of play. Steele has regained the lead by a count of 14-7. 8 plays, 45 yards on that drive, and it takes 3 minutes and 7 seconds off the clock. I'm sorry, that's 2:37 off the clock because no one ever called me a math major. 14-7. Knights have the lead back over the Mavs. We'll see how the offense responds. First time Steele scored a touchdown on their opening drive, McNeil took a 14-play drive and found the end zone themselves. Steele drove the football well on their second drive, but turnover on downs got the Mavs football back. Penalty really hurt McNeil on the next one. Forced a 3-and-out. Steele capitalizes on a short field and scores just now to make it 14-7. Tell you what, though, this Mavs defense is making it hard on Steele. Every run play especially, they're keying in, trying to stop the run as much as possible. Here's the run-up and the kick from Gutierrez. Short end-over-end kick. It'll be fielded by Gaden at the 15. He's across the 20, 25. Has a huge hole. 35, and he slipped up. Slips up around the 40-yard line to Joshua Gaden. And if he doesn't slip, he might be off to the races. Tough break for McNeil. Still really good field position to start this drive. But man, oh man, that could have been money. He was trying to make a cut back out to the outside. And he just slipped as he tried to make the cut. Ball on the 40 to start this drive for McNeil on the left hash mark. Soltz will send Gary that's Aiden Taylor in motion out of the backfield. They'll swing it to him to the near sideline on a bubble screen. He's got a lot of blocking in front of him down the right sideline, across the 50, and down to the 45-yard line of Steele. A nice play on the opening play of this drive, rather. Picks up about 16 yards down to the 44 of Steele. First down for the Mavs. Mavericks throwing a lot of different looks at this Steele defense here. Handoff up the middle to Williams, and he will get no gain. Well played by that Steele defensive line, and the linebacker stepping up. Brian Burnett, linebacker there to make the tackle. Burnett comes up a little slow, though. Loss of a yard on the play. Second down and 11 coming up. Mavs have had some real nice success getting the ball on the edges against this Steele defense. Gary goes in motion. Turns upfield. Soltz flushed out of the pocket. Tries to escape up the middle, and he will get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe picks up a yard, but a flag comes down behind the play, and very likely going to be a hold here. It's the head referee that threw it. Holding goes against McNeil. So that'll drop the Mavs back 10 yards to their own 45 here. Makes it second down and 21 now for McNeil. 2 penalties tonight in this game. Both have gone against McNeil on holding calls. Empty backfield for Jaden Soltz. 2 receivers on each side with the ball on the right hash mark. On second and 21. Soltz, quarterback draw all the way up the middle. He's out to the 50 and will be stacked up there. They're trying a little scrum play to push him forward, and the play is blown dead at the Steele 49. Picks up 6. Here comes third down. About 16 to go. McNeil taking their time to get this play call in. Joshua Williams in the pistol formation. 3 receivers to the left. Snap to Soltz, looks to throw. Down the middle, he's got 2 receivers there. Climbing the ladder and bringing it down at the 30 is Jarrell Gary. What a catch by Gary. First and 10 McNeil at the Steele 30. Two receivers were there in the same area for Soltz, and both were open. 3 receivers to the right this time. They'll hand it off on the stretch play to the left side to Williams, and he is tripped up, able to pick up a couple of yards. He had a nice hole, but a nice little play by the defender to get back there and just slow him up and get his ankle enough. Only a pickup of 2. Second and 8 for the Mavericks at the Steele 28-yard line. It is a handoff, rather, to Williams on the right side. It was a kind of an option veer keeper. They did hand it off, though, and no gain. Third down and 8 on that read option play. It's the old school inverted veer read option where the running back goes outside and the quarterback goes inside. Most of the time on those read options, you see the quarterback go outside, the running back inside. It's the opposite way. It's actually the way Auburn and Cam Newton ran it and popularized it back in 2010. Third and 8. Looking left, Soltz to throw. Pocket collapsing. He escapes out the left side. Got a little room to run. Tries to beat a defender, he does, to the 25, sideline, 20. He's got a first down and more as he will be taken out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Jaden Schultz on the scamper. Little heads-up run, he picks up 10, and it's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone now for McNeil. Sophomore quarterback playing well beyond his years right now, goes under center. Straight handoff to Williams up the middle. And Joshua Williams picks up about 2.5. McNeil likes to go fast when they go under center. Here they go again. 2nd and 8. Williams, handoff up the middle. He's got room. Inside the 10, inside the 5, into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, McNeil Mavericks. Joshua Williams with his 2nd touchdown run of the night. This one from 16 yards out. And the Mavs are an extra point away from tying it right back up. Bryce Wilson, and the extra point on the way. Snap good, hold is good, and the kick is very much good. And once again, with 5:42 to go in the first half, we are all square. 14-14 here in Santa Marcos between McNeil and the number 11 ranked team in the state, the Steele Knights. For McNeil, 9-play drive that goes 60 yards. And it takes 3 minutes and 57 seconds off the clock. This McNeil team showing no fear as Joshua Williams punches it in from 16 yards out for his 2nd touchdown run of the ball game. Heck of a game we got here this evening. Bryce Wilson tees it up, getting ready to go again. We're going to start looking at the scoreboard here around the area. I forgot to highlight some games in my app tonight, so we're going to expand the search area and see what we can find going on and hopefully get you some updates in Central Texas tonight from teams that we know that might have some interest in. By the way, the Mavs, the only team left in District 6A 25. All 3 other teams knocked out last week. Vandergrift lost at home to Lake Travis. Here's the kick from Bryce Wilson. High end-over-end kick that'll sail to the goal line. It'll be fielded and brought out by Sammy Harris to the near sideline, and he'll be pushed out of bounds around the 25. Nowhere to go that time. Well covered by McNeil. So Steele gets their first possession, really of the second quarter. They had the ball to start the second, but it's the first time they've taken a snap from a kickoff or anything like that, or a punt. 5:36 to go here in the second quarter of play. 14-all between McNeil and Steele. Man in motion. They'll hand it off to Harris. Cuts up the middle. Well done to follow his blockers there, and he picks up about 6 or 7 on first down to the 32. Tell you what, this running back combination of Harris and Hatton, very, very strong for this football team. You can see why both are being recruited at the next level. Harris takes another handoff, huge hole, and he's got plenty of room up the middle. He's got one man to beat, and Aiden Taylor able to bring him down by the ankles around the 35 of McNeil. If he doesn't, then he's gone. Huge run out to especially the 34 of McNeil. 34 yards on the game. 1st and 10 Steele. Another handoff, this time to Avian Farrow. Wide receiver is what he's listed at, but they hand it off straight up the middle to him, and he picks up 2. Farrow has 51 carries on the season coming into this ball game. Farrow stays in at running back. They hand it to him again. Up the middle. Takes the pile with him out to the 28. That's going to be 3rd and 4. You heard Coach talk about it in pregame. This Steele team, they're going to run, and then eventually try to hit you with that play action. Third down and 4. Farrow again over the right side. And he's going to be about a yard short. Out to the 25. Met by Jarrett Black, linebacker, who stepped up and make the play, and it is 4th down and 1. Steele substitutes Sammy Harris back into the game and running back here for this 4th down and 1 play. McNeil looks like they're trying to close in this A gap a little bit. 4 across the line of scrimmage, linebackers up as well. Handoff to Harris, and he's going to be able to pick up a couple. It's enough for a 1st down as he's down to the 22. So a 4th down conversion there for Steele to the McNeil 22-yard line. Cameron Green comes up a little slow for McNeil, and he's going to have to be attended to down there on the field here for a second. Well, last night, Granger beat Brackenville 20-7-0. Ganado over Mason 37-12 in 2A action. That game was actually here at Rattler Stadium. Burnett falls to Port Lavaca 21-14. Actually, I'm sorry, that game's going on. That's in the second quarter. Blanco 20, London 14. Bernie all tied up with Lavernia 14 all. That's in the second quarter. Liberty Hill 27, Mission Sherryland in the second quarter. Liberty Hill 27-14 lead there. And then I'll have to find other scores as we go here. Like I said, they're kind of, I forgot to star some key games. Lake Travis leads San Antonio Johnson 34-7 in the second quarter. Timeout called by McNeil here, by the way, with 2:48 to go, with the ball at the 22-yard line for Steele as they are driving in a 14-all game here in San Marcos. Let's see. Elsewhere, Shiner trails Holland 7-0. That's late in the second quarter. Crockett plays a little bit later against Lake Creek. That game actually starting just about now. Westlake 7-0 over San Antonio Reagan. That's in the first quarter. Lago Vista trails Sinton 7-0 early first quarter there. Wimberley 14, Orange Grove 0. That's in the first quarter. Everybody else, Lampasas will play Alice, and Dripping Springs plays Judson. Those games later on tonight or even tomorrow. Dripping Springs plays tomorrow. That's going to be, we'll try to keep some eyes on some of those games tonight as they roll around. Like I said, really no one else to keep up with from District 25 tonight, as McNeil's the last man standing from the district after last week. Kind of feel for Vandergrift. They went undefeated in the regular season and drew maybe the toughest assignment they could have in round 1 with Lake Travis. 1st and 10 here. Bubble screen near sideline, thrown behind the receiver, but it's hauled in by Grant Hamilton. He picks up a block, and he's down to the 15. 7-yard gain on 1st down. Steele taking their time. No need to be in a rush. 2:30 to go in the half. They're going to try to score and lead the Mavericks with as little time as possible, knowing McNeil gets the ball coming out of the locker room. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Ball on the left hash mark. Handoff up the middle to Sammy Harris, who patiently finds his way through the hole. He's down to the 9, and that's a 1st down. 6-yard pickup for Harris. 1st and goal now for Steele. Nice little crowd down here tonight that came down from Round Rock to cheer on the McNeil Mavericks. 1st and goal. Harris, they fake the handoff to him. It's Warner around the right side on the keeper, and he's going to beat everybody to the pylon into the end zone. Touchdown, Steele, Chad Warner on the 9-yard option keeper to the right side. Steele once again has the lead. All 3 touchdowns tonight for Steele have come on the ground. Extra point here by Gutierrez is good. And with 1:47 seconds to go here in the first half, Steele has once again regained the lead. It is 21-14 in favor of Steele. See what McNeil tries to do here with 1:47 to go. 2 timeouts, knowing they get the ball coming out of the locker room in the second half. Pretty big drive coming up here from McNeil. They have answered every touchdown drive so far with one of their own. That was a 3-minute and 39-second drive for Steele. 9 plays, 75 yards. Capped off by the 9-yard touchdown run from Warner. Gutierrez tees it up at the 40, ready to kick another one away. His kicks have been returnable so far tonight. Last kickoff nearly was taken back as Joshua Gaden got tripped up by the turf monster when he tried to make a cut. Some great blocking in front of him. He nearly broke one big. Gutierrez, kind of a straight-up run. It's going to be a little pooch kick to the near side. Fielded at the 29. They just took the return completely away from McNeil there. Gary made the reception in the field, but by the time he was able to catch it, really nowhere to return it to. And he catches it at the, I think they got it out officially to the 32. Is where they're going to mark him. 1:45 to go in the half. McNeil with the football, down 7. Chance to find some points before they go to the locker room. And an entertaining first half of football tonight between these two teams. Jaden Schultz with 2 receivers to the right. He's got Joshua Williams on his right side as well. Snap to him, Schultz to throw. Looks down the field, and he throws it into double coverage. It's incomplete. Probably should have been intercepted as it was intended for Zach Christie. But Steele couldn't hang on to it into the hands of Andrew Buck. 2nd and 10. A receiver on each side now for Schultz. A snap to him. They'll hand it off on the left side. Stretch play to Williams. He's got room down the left sideline. Off to the races. 40, 45, 50. Pushed out of bounds. Inside Steele territory around the 49. Joshua Williams hits it outside. Some really nice blocking. And then once he got out there, just kept on going. Officially mark him out at midfield. First down for McNeil. Williams having arguably his best game in quite a while tonight. They say he stepped out at the 45. Still a first down, though. 1st and 10. They'll run the same play. Williams outside again, breaks a tackle, tries to cut upfield, and this time nowhere to go to the 46. 1:20 left on the clock with it rolling. Down 7 for the Mavericks here in the first half. 2 timeouts in the pocket for Coach Hermes to work with. I don't think he wants to give Steele the football back if he can help it. Fake the handoff, looks to throw. Schultz got a man down the middle, wide open, and a laid-out catch around the 20-yard line. My goodness, what a grab. That was Zach Christie that brought that in at the 20 at full extension. He is laying down on the ground hurt. He did not hit that ground well when he caught it, but credit to him for holding on. Oh, man. 1st and 10 McNeil after the 34-yard pickup. But now all thoughts are with Christie down on the field. They ran that play action off the stretch play that they had previously run, the 2 previous snaps with Williams. And they snuck Christie behind them big time. look of concern for the young man. Coach Hermes is out there with him along with the training staff. Like I said, as soon as he hit the ground, he held on to the football, but you could tell he was in pain. The moment he hit the ground, it kind of looked like he may have jammed his shoulder in there or something on this turf that the guys play on all the time now. Looks like he's going to be able to get up, and he pops up under his own power. He's going to be all right the way he's running off the field right now. Heck of a grab from Zach Christie. Pat on the helmet from him from his teammates. Good to see him up and moving around. And 1:02 on the clock now. Ball at the 20 for McNeil at the Steele 20-yard line. Williams in the backfield. They will instead run the inside pitch to Aiden Taylor. Cuts up the middle, and he will find his way inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line, 8-yard line rather. It's 1st and goal for the Mavs. That inside pitch play has been there to Taylor several times tonight. Christie back on the field already. 38 seconds to go in the half, and timeout called by Steele. The Mavericks sideline. Up and jumping around, the fans all across the way. A standing ovation for the team as they come toward the sideline on this timeout. 37 seconds left in this first half. 21-14, Steele with the lead, but the Mavs threatening to score again. Every time Steele has scored tonight, McNeil has answered. And as I said earlier, I don't know that Steele has been in a dogfight of a game all year long. Their closest game was 10 points to Lake Travis. I didn't go back to look to see how that game played out all night, but McNeil is not backing down at all. And if they can make this into a fourth quarter game and test Steele's mettle, so to speak, it's going to get real interesting. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Williams in the backfield, ball at the 8 as the Mavs are looking to punch another one in. Handoff to Williams, up the middle, breaks a tackle, and he's down to the 3. 30 seconds left. And Coach Hermes will call timeout. And leaves McNeil with 1 to go. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 3. And options galore here for Coach Hermes. You can pass here, you can run here. I think you actually might think about passing, if only because it holds your timeout for a 3rd down play where you can run pass. And if you need to call the timeout to either preserve a field goal or set up a 4th down play, you can. A 2nd down pass, of course, if it were to be incomplete, would stop the clock. Completion in the end zone, touchdown. So might be a pass play here just based on situational football, but we shall see. Team huddled up around the 15. Now they'll break it and come back towards the ball on the right hash mark at the 3. 2nd and goal for McNeil. The Mavs will go under center. Joshua Williams, 7 yards deep, standing at the 10. The near sideline fans are for Steele getting up and trying to make some noise. Under center they go. There's the snap. Handoff straight up to Williams. He's got a hole. He lunges forward, and he is half a yard short. Oh, man, I thought he got in. But he's half a yard short, and there's the final timeout now for the Mavericks. With 20 seconds to go here in the quarter. And now what do you do? Do you throw, or do you run a play, and if you need to run a second one, try to snap it as quickly as possible? You know if they're short, Steele's going to try to lay on you and make this as slow as possible to restart again, or to get one more snap rather. Restart this and get one more snap. Let me try my words there again. 21-14, Steele with the lead. The Mavericks knocking on the door again, though, with 20 seconds left in this first half. The ball inside the 1 on 3rd and goal. Joshua Williams with 2 touchdown carries already tonight. Mavs line up. They do it with split backs in the backfield. Send Gary up under center. Gary takes the snap. Ball hit the ground, and that's going to be a penalty. It looked like there was motion by McNeil. Interesting play call because they were trying to sneak Gary, the backup quarterback, and do everything player out there for McNeil under center where he's pretty comfortable. But a false start goes against McNeil. That'll back him up to the 6 and probably make this a for sure passing play now with 20 seconds to go in the half. You want to preserve at least a chance at a field goal here, knowing that the Mavs get the ball back to start the third quarter. Keep the momentum on the side right now if you're McNeil. Gary matched up one-on-one on the near sideline. They'll send Williams out of the backfield too. Schultz to throw, looking for Gary, inside slant. That ball is caught. Touchdown, McNeil Mavericks. Schultz finds Gerald Gary on the inside slant. And the Mavs answer yet again with 17 seconds to go in the half. Schultz's first touchdown pass of the game. Extra point due here for Bryce Wilson. Snap is good, the hold is down, the kick is good, and we are tied up again, 21-21. 6-yard TD pass from Schultz to Gary to cap off an 8-play drive. It goes 68 yards and only takes a minute and 28 seconds to do it. My, oh my, we have got a football game here tonight, folks. (21-21) your score. The Mavs sideline and Mav Nation roaring on the opposite way. I can see the Steele coaching staff up here in the press box. They're 2 booths down from me, and there's a little stun on their face right now. You can kind of see some frustration, and I don't know that they were fully expecting this, but tell you what, you heard Coach say it earlier, we're going to come out, we're going to play for each other, and they are doing just that on the Mavericks tonight. And I think that fourth quarter last week, just the confidence really building over the last few weeks, the comeback last week, and it has carried over into this football game tonight. 17 seconds on the clock. I doubt McNeil's going to give them any kind of chance to return this football. Maybe a squib kick, a little pooch kick, something like that. Wilson puts the boot to it. No, he's going to kick it deep. He does it to Harris towards the sideline at the 10. Forced to the sideline, 15. He will be pushed out of bounds. He's still on his feet, actually. He stayed inbounds. He tries to reverse field, breaks a couple of tackles, but only gets to the 30-yard line. That killed a little bit of time, too. 6 seconds left on the clock. So probably enough time for Steele to take one snap, and then we go to the locker room. I imagine they'll do a handoff and see if they can break one. Although they're going to get in kneel-down formation and just take this to the break. That is what it's going to be, and we will go to halftime. After 24 minutes of football here in San Marcos, we have got a barn burner. McNeil, 21. Steele, the number 11 ranked team in the state, 21. Back in just a minute to tell you how it all went down in the first half and get you caught up from everywhere else. This is McNeil Maverick Football, presented by Brian Kerman Realtor, RE/MAX Capital City, on the iHSFAN Network.
Longtime McNeil parent Brian for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at Brian Kerman at remax.net.
Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. With stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility, and with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. CovertFord.com.
Together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
If you're looking for a special medical spot.
Powered by iHSFAN. If you're interested in advertising on or privately supporting this webcast, please reach out to us on Twitter at iHSFAN. All audio rights of this webcast presentation belong to iHSFAN, and any intent to rebroadcast or retransmit must have express written consent from iHSFAN.
21-21 your score between the McNeil Mavericks and the Steele Knights here at the Half and Rattler Stadium in San Marcos. Brad Tillery here with you on the iHS Fan Network. Let's tell you how it all went down there in a heck of an entertaining first half between these two schools. Steele got the football first to start the game. Opening play of the game, it was a pump fake, pump and go for a long pass down the left sideline. Took them just 4 plays later on a 4th and 2. At the McNeil 30, Steele broke one from 30 yards out. Sammy Harris found the end zone. That made it 7-0. But the theme of the first half, every time Steele scored, McNeil had an answer. The Mavs got the football and went 82 yards on 14 plays, and it was capped off by a Joshua Williams 2-yard touchdown run. That made it 7-7. Steele would drive to the McNeil 21, but turn it over on downs on their next possession. McNeil would be forced to punt, giving Steele a short field at the 45 of McNeil, and they took advantage on an 8-play, 45-yard drive. Harris with his second touchdown run of the game. That made it 14-7. Ensuing drive, as McNeil would get the ball at the Steele at their own 40 to start it. It was a kickoff that Joshua Gaten nearly broke, but he hit the turf monster and slipped up trying to make a cut. Didn't matter, though. Took just 9 plays and 60 yards for McNeil to cap it off on a 16-play touchdown run from Williams, his second of the game. That made it 14-14. Steele's next drive, they got it at their own 25 to start. They went 75 yards on 9 plays. Chad Warner with a touchdown run, the quarterback on the option keeper to the right side. 21-14 there. McNeil got it back with 1:45 to go in the half. They took it from their own 32 and went on a march. 8 plays, 68 yards, took just 128 to get it done. The big play was a shot, a passing shot down the middle to Zach Christie, who laid out and made a heck of a catch and was hurt for a little while. Came back in 2 plays later, though. So good to see him up and playing already. Got him down to the 20. McNeil was able to get a 6-yard touchdown pass from Jaden Soltz to Jarrell Gary to make it 21-21 right before we went to the half. And that is where we are in the locker room, all tied up between the Mavericks and the number 11 ranked team in the state in the Steele Knights. Let's quickly catch you up on scores from around the area if I can get this app to work correctly. and see what's going on elsewhere in Texas high school football tonight. I know most of the, like I said earlier, everybody else in the district knocked out last week. So McNeil, the only team playing left in district. But we're going to put the 100-mile view on and see what happened here, or what is happening, rather, in the area. Burnett trails Port Lavaca, Port Lavaca Calhoun, rather. The Sand Crabs, a great nickname, 28-14, the score at the half there. Blanco all over London, 34-14 in the second. Bernie, 17-14 lead over Lavernia. That game is at the half. Liberty Hill 14, Mission Sharyland nothing, late first quarter. Other scores of interest back in the Austin area. Lake Travis 41, San Antonio Johnson 7 at the half. Lake Travis all over them tonight. Richmond Randall leads Belton 21-0 in the second. Let's see here. Austin Crockett trails Montgomery Lake 22-7. That game in the first. Westlake 21. San Antonio Reagan 21. They are all tied up, it appears, in the second quarter. Goliad 21. Hondo 14 in the second. Lago Vista trails Sinton 10-7. Early in the second there. Wimberley 28. Orange Grove nothing. Just starting the second quarter. Lampasas trails Alice 7-0 in the first. And Dripping Springs will play tomorrow against Converse Judson. Here it is 21-all between Steele and McNeil. I'm going to step aside here for a bit. We got 21 minutes left in halftime, so I'm going to step aside for about the next 20, let my voice take a break so we can bring you the full second half, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Stick around here on the stream. Just going to go on mute and grab yourself a nice cold glass of soda, whatever you like, maybe some Bush's Chicken sweet tea, and we'll catch you in about 20 minutes for half number 2. 21-all. We got a good one here at Rattler Stadium in San Marcos. Stick around. This is McNeil Maverick Football, presented by Brian Kerman Realtor, RE/MAX, Capital City, on the iHSFAN Network. Back here in San Marcos at Rattler Stadium on the campus of San Marcos High School for half number 2 of this area round playoff game. Round 2 of the Texas High School playoffs between the McNeil Mavericks and the Steele Knights. All tied up at 21 apiece after 24 minutes of play. Brad Tillery here with you tonight, bringing you the broadcast on the iHSFAN Network. McNeil football presented by Brian Kerman Realtor, RE/MAX, Capital City. Thank you guys so much for joining us after an entertaining first half of football where these two teams just traded touchdowns. Every time Steele scored, McNeil had an answer, and it is 21 apiece after the first half, and McNeil will get the football first to start this second half of play. McNeil in the road white uniforms with the blue numerals trimmed out in green, the white pants and the blue and green helmets. As for Steele, the all-black uniforms, white numerals, white piping down the pants, and black and silver helmets. A pooch kick, high, end over end, fair catch called for and made by Gerald Gary at the 35. They are not giving McNeil any chance at a return after Joshua Gata nearly broke one in the first half. Gary had to really step up and make that catch too, because it was nearly too short for him to get there in time. So ball at the 35 to start this opening drive of the second half for the McNeil Mavericks. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight and for your sponsorship and patronage all season long here on the iHSFAN Network. Pistol formation, ball on the right hash mark for McNeil. Joshua Williams in at running back. Straight handoff to him up the middle. Big hole to work with. He breaks a couple of tackles, and he's out to the 42 for a 7-yard pickup to start the second half. McNeil right back on it. Same formation. 2nd and 3. Same play up the middle, and this time the Mavericks are pushed backwards, and Williams will lose a yard. Credit to the Steele defense for controlling the line of scrimmage that time. Actually loses 2 back to the 40, so it is 3rd down and 5 now for McNeil. 2 receivers left. Williams in the pistol in the backfield. Steele showing a little bit of blitz. McNeil looks like they want to maybe change the play here, and they do. Plenty of time on the play clock. 3rd and 5. Drop back. Soltz to throw. Looks left. He will throw down the seam. It is almost caught. Incomplete, though. Thrown a bit behind Zach Christie. Got his hands on it, but just couldn't bring it down as he had to turn around in midair to catch it. It'll be 4th down. So the Mavs go 3 and out on their opening possession to start the second half. Just the second punt tonight in this ball game. Both have been by the Mavs. Steele has had a turnover on downs. There's the snap back. It is booted away by Bryce Wilson. A nice kick that'll land around the 10, take a McNeil bounce all the way down to about the 7, where it will be down there. Really nice job by Bryce Wilson. The wind with him, kicking left to right as you listen, blowing towards the south right now. And that will pin Steele back, rather. 53-yard punt. So the ball at the 7, by far the worst field position of the night for either team to start a drive. Handoff over the right side, and nowhere to go for the running back. I believe that was Jonathan Hatton. Maybe picks up a yard to the 8. Several Maverick defenders there, led by Tony Shannon. 2nd and 9 coming up. Quarterback Chad Warner out there for this Steele offense. Sammy Harris, who's been more effective at running back tonight. He's in there now, the backup usually. Snap to him. They fake the handoff, looking to throw deep down the middle. And down the left side now, it is complete at the 45, still on the feet at the 50. Cutting back the other way, it is Jalen Cooper, who will finally be taken down right at midfield. He beat one-on-one coverage. Safety tried to get over the top to help. Just couldn't get there in time. And Cooper made the catch out to the 50 for a 42-yard gain. Second long pass play, or third long pass play tonight for Steele, rather. Handoff, Harris up the middle, breaks out to the right side, and he picks up 4. Taken down by Bobby Holland. Into McNeil territory now at the 46. 21-21 your score early in the third quarter here between the number 11 ranked Steele Knights and the McNeil Mavericks. Area round of the playoffs. Handoff again. Harris over the right side. Big hole. Breaks the tackle. He's inside the 30. Down to the 27. Cam Green finally brought him down. And Harris a little slow to get up after the tackle. And he's going to need assistance. He hits the hole hard. When Harris hits it, he shoots through there like a cannon. Or like a rocket, I should say. But that time on the tackle there, I think he just kind of hit the ground a little wrong. He's down to the 27, though. It's a 19-yard pickup and a first down for Steele. And Harris is up and moving under his own power already. Now, the thing with this Steele offense, you get Harris walking off with the injury, and good to see that he's walking off under his own power, but they have running backs galore back there, although you do not see Jonathan Hatton in the game. Wondering if he might be injured because this is the second time now Avian Farrow has lined up instead of Harris at running back when Harris has come out. And they will hand it off to Farrow over the right side. He breaks through the first tackle and will be taken down around the 21. Farrow is normally a wide receiver. He does have the third most carries on this team. Second and 4 to go. Handoff Farrow. And taken down to the line of scrimmage. Hit right at the line of scrimmage. Jared Black and looked like Darren Powell, defensive lineman, in there to make the play. Maybe picked up half yard. They're going to give him the 20. It is 3rd down and 3. Steele bringing on some extra muscle. That's Abdon Mata, the defensive lineman who just checked into the game. Heavy formation, tight formation with just 2 receivers, 1 on each side. Harris checks back in at running back. They'll hand it to him. Sutter steps in the backfield, pushes through the line, and he squeaks through the hole, picks up 6 or 7 out to the 13-yard line. He's got a first down. Nice patient run there by Harris. He got to the hole quickly and then kind of made a move in the hole before spurting out the other side. Looked like he was going to be stopped, but got through there. 1st and 10 from the 13. Another handoff to Harris. Tries to bounce it out. Can't go anywhere. Ball's on the ground. McNeil says they have it. McNeil says they have it. And they don't. They came out with the ball, but the referee says the runner was down. Referee says the runner was down. It's a gain of 2. Oh. Ball on the 11-yard line, 2nd and 8. The Mavs came out of there with the football. The runner's knee was already down. Harris stays in at running back on 2nd down and 8. High snap, fielded, looking to throw. Warner down the middle, and that's a catch for a touchdown. He found Jalen Cooper on the inside slant. Steele back with the lead. Warner's first touchdown throw of the game. He also has a rushing touchdown. Jalen Cooper beats his man on the slant. Extra point due here for Ramon Gutierrez. Kick is up, and it is good. 7:54 to go in the third quarter. Steele has regained the lead, 28-21 over the McNeil Mavericks. 9-play drive, 93 yards traversed, and it took exactly 3 minutes to do so for Steele. Attention football fanatics, don't miss out on the opportunity to be a part of Texas football history where dreams are realized, legends are born, and where unforgettable moments unfold before your very eyes. Mark your calendars for the UIL State Football Championships, December 13th through 16th at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where the best teams from 6-man to 6A leave it all on the field in the hopes of being named champion. For the latest updates and ticket information, head over to uiltexas.org/football. That's uiltexas.org/football. Steele adds 7 points to the board, 28-21. The Knights have regained the lead. McNeil has never led in this game. They have tied it every time Steele has found the end zone, and they'll have to do so again here. See if Steele sticks with that short kick to negate the return. They do. Another high end-over-end kick. This one fielded at the 20. It's returnable, though, down the right sideline, and the ball comes out. Calhoun had the ball come out on him. Let's see who comes out of the pile with it. Looks like McNeil's going to keep this. The Mavericks do. Dayron Calhoun had that ball come out of his hands, but Ian Nieves able to fall on it at the 28-yard line. So the Mavs catch a bit of a break there. 1st and 10 now, ball on the right hash mark at the 28 for McNeil. Second drive of this second half for the Mavs. Their first one was a 3-and-out. They've got to respond again here after falling behind by 7. Man in motion, handoff over the right side. Trying to bounce it out is Joshua Williams, and he just gets out to the 30. Couple of Steele Knights there to make the tackle. Looked like Adrian Meir was one of the first there. 2nd and 8 now. You can see the Steele defense trying to attack the offense a little more. A little bit of a run blitz kind of game to slow down Williams. Gayden goes in motion out to the left side. 3 receivers that way, 1 to the near side. Schultz rolls left, looks to throw. Blitz coming, and Schultz is hammered in the backfield. Dropped for a loss at the 22. Number 35, Jacob King, shot through there and made a form tackle sack out to the 22. 3rd down and long coming up now. The Mavs need 16 to keep the drive going. 3 receivers to the right, a man up top to the left. It's a keeper for Gary, who jumped in at quarterback. He's still on his feet. He's out to the 30, and the 31-yard line nearly broke that to Jarrell Gary. Instead, he'll be about 6 or 7 yards short. If he breaks the last tackle, he may have picked up a first down, but nowhere to go after that. Another 3-and-out for McNeil after that sack really set him back. Punt time again for the Mavericks. And now you start worried about if Steele can score again here. This game might start getting away a little bit. High snap, booted away, wind at the back, kicked well toward the sideline. That's going to take a bounce out to the outside at the 30 and some after play action. A flag comes down behind the play as one of the gunners and the players on the left side were getting into it on the coverage. Ball bounced out around the 30-yard line. It'll be at the McNeil 30. See who the flag goes against. And it goes against Steele. That's their first penalty tonight. I believe they called a block in the back there. See where this officially goes down to here. They haven't walked off the penalty. There we go. Still marching all the way down to the 15 is where this ball is going to be marked out. So Steele going to have to drive the length of the field here. 1st and 10, McNeil could really use a stop here. 28-21. The Mavs have never trailed by more than 7 tonight. There's a handoff to Harris over the right side. Big hole to work with, cuts back up the middle. He's loose to the 35, 40, 45, off to the races, 50, 45-30, 35 down to the 30-yard line of McNeil as Harris just broke off a 55-yard run. Like I said, once he gets through the hole, he is hard to catch. Sammy Harris all the way down officially to the 31 is where they'll mark him. Avian Farrow checks in at running back. He takes the handoff. He is hit in the backfield, breaks the first tackle, but only gets about 2 or 3 out to the 28. That running back's just slippery for Steele. Hard to bring down. Only a few times in that they've really been on that. The first guy who's touched him, been able to bring him down. It is 2nd and 7 for Steele. They lead it by 7. The ball is at the McNeil 28. Warner to throw. Rolls right. Looking to throw. He does so at the last second. Finds a man inside the 10 down to the 4-yard line. Jaden Schultz makes the grab, and it's 1st and goal on a 24-yard gain. Throwing across his body there did Chad Warner. 1st and goal at the 4 for Steele. Three receivers left. The man in motion, the wide receiver Grant Hamilton. They'll hand it off to him inside, and he is pushed backwards. Nowhere to go, plain below dead as Cam Green stepped in the backfield to make the stop. See how far back they say the forward progress was. They mark him at the 6, so a loss of 2. Imperative that McNeil hold the Steel Knights here to just 3 if they can, with 4:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. Second and goal, ball at the 6. Handed off on the sweep around the left side, cutting up the field and into the end zone. Touchdown for the Steel Knights. Avian Farrow takes it in from 6 yards out. And for the first time tonight, Steele has a 2-possession lead. Extra point due here for Steele, and Gutierrez knocks it through. 3:56 to go in the 3rd quarter. 35-21 now in favor of the Knights. A 5-play drive that went 85 yards. Took 2 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock. And Steele has taken control of this ball game coming out of the locker room. A back and forth game in the first half. Every time Steele had a score, McNeil had an answer. But here in the second half, a pair of 3-and-outs for McNeil. And Steele has been able to punch both of theirs into the end zone every time they've touched the ball here in the second half. In fact, if you throw out the one possession at the end of the first half where they just took a knee, there's only been one time tonight Steele has had possession and not scored. That was a turnover on downs on their second drive of the evening. Ramon Gutierrez to kick it away again. Pop-up kick. Fielded at the 24. Going towards the left side, Rashad Jackson with the football. And he'll get out to about the 31, 32-yard line. Officially mark him at the 32. And now what feels like a must-score drive for McNeil here, with 3:48 to go in the 3rd. And you say that because I just mentioned it. Steele they've been tough to stop tonight. When they've gotten the ball, they have been able to drive the field. McNeil's going to have to get a stop at some point defensively, but they got to get a score here too to set that up. Inside pitch to Gary, breaks the first tackle, stays on his feet, stumbles forward and somehow picks up a yard and a half. That should have been dropped for a yard or two loss, and Gerald Gary actually picks up one. 2nd and 9. This time a fake handoff. Schultz keeps around the left side. He's got green grass in front of him, and he gets out to the 39-yard line. Schultz picks up 7 yards. It is 3rd and 3. Like to see that from Jaden Schultz, keeping it a little more often. Opens up the run game for his running backs there. He's got legs. We've seen him take off several times this year, including tonight. Nice first-round scamper earlier. 3rd and 3. Snap. Williams up the middle, and Joshua Williams is wrangled down at the line of scrimmage. The Steele defense really starting to clamp down here. Adrian Meir once again makes the tackle. It's 4th and 3, and it looks like Coach Scott Hermes is thinking about going for it here. He is. 4th and 3, ball at their own 39 for the Mavericks. And the left tackle moved. Judson Cook with a false start on the left side there. Looked like for a second Steele jumped off, but they got back out of the neutral zone in time. It will be a false start against McNeil. Now decision time. Might think about punting, being 3rd and 8. It's a situation, though, where Coach Hermes, you might want to go for it as well because you need points. You got nothing left after tonight if you don't win, so see what he does. They decide to punt it away. Another 3 and out for the Mavs. 3 of them in this second half coming out of the locker room. Wilson kicks it. Spiraling punt. With the wind pushing it, takes a great bounce down the left sideline. It is still rolling inside the 10 and will go all the way down to the 2. Heck of a bounce. That ball landed at the 30 and rolled 27 yards, actually down to the 3 is where it's officially marked. Woo! 18 and 47. That's a 65-yard punt. McNeil has to take advantage of that field position now. Steele has gotten the ball inside their 10 once here in the second half, and they scored. But now backed up to their own 3. 2:18 to go in the third. Steele 35, McNeil 21. Sorry, I've not updated the scoreboard. Handoff left side. That's Harris. Stutter steps. He's got a blocker in front of him down the left sideline to the 40. 45, 50. It's a foot race. 40. 35, and he's finally pushed out of bounds around the 30-yard line. Ian Nieves made a touchdown-saving tackle. All the way down to the McNeil 27 is where they're going to mark him. $66-yard gain on the play. 1st and 10 now for Steele as they are quickly into the McNeil territory at the 28. Fake the handoff to Harris, swing it out the right side to Grant Hamilton, who moves it forward to the 21-yard line. Now this run game has really taken over here in the second half for Steele. Second and 3. Stacked receivers on the left. Handoff to Farrow up the middle, and he's got a first down to the 14. Steele going quickly now. They line right back up. 1st and 10 at the McNeil 14-yard line. Avian Farrow picks up 3 more. Straight up the middle he goes, down to the 11. 1:12 left in this third quarter. A third quarter dominated by the Steele Knights. Second and 6. Fake the handoff, throw on the slant down the middle, incomplete. Looking for that inside skinny post. Jaden Schultz was the target, and it is 3rd down and about 7. Chad Warner calls for the play out of the huddle. 3rd and 6, blitz coming. They hand it off to Faroux over the right side. He's got room, and he'll be taken down at the 5, about a yard shy of the line to gain. He needed 7. He got 6. It is 4th and a very long one. I imagine Steele's going to go for this. They have to snap it one more time at least before the end of the quarter. 20 seconds on the play clock, 24 on the game clock here. It is 4th down and about a yard, maybe a yard and a half. Faroux, the running back. Double tight ends in the formation. It's coming and taken down in the backfield for a loss of a yard or 2. The sophomore Marshall Holland shot through there to make the tackle, and McNeil holds. Big time play for the Mavericks. Marshall Holland makes the tackle, and with 7 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, McNeil still has life, down by 14. Second turnover on downs tonight that the Mavericks have forced. Under center go the Mavs from their own 7. Fake the handoff to Gary. It's a busted play. Schultz just keeps it, and he's going to lose a yard or 2. He thought Gary was going to go one way. Gary went the other. Loss of 2 down to the 5, and that is how the 3rd quarter will come to an end. The 3rd quarter dominated by the Steele Knights. Your score after 3, Steele 35, McNeil 21. Back with the final stanza in just a second. This is McNeil Maverick Football presented by Brian Kerman Realtor, RE/MAX Capital City.
Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net.
Start of the 4th quarter, 2nd down and 11 for the McNeil Mavericks from their own 6-yard line. Under center, Schultz hands it off to Joshua Williams, and Williams will lose a yard back to the yard or 2 back to the 4. Going to be 3rd and long for McNeil, trailing by 14 to the Steele Knights here. This was 21-21 at halftime, but McNeil coming out of the locker room, 3 and outs in their first 3 possessions in the 3rd quarter. Steele with a couple of touchdowns, but they just turned it over on downs at the 7 rather. It is now 3rd and 13 for the Mavs. Pistol formation, a wide receiver on each side for Schultz to work with. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Williams. Tries to find a hole, nowhere to go. Picks up maybe a yard to the 5. Mavs didn't want to risk the pass play there. Inside their shadow of the own goalpost. Actually got out to the 10. On 4th down and about 8, the Mavs will punt it away. Kicking into the wind now. Bryce Wilson standing in his own end zone. There's the kick, spiraling towards Dante Carter, who says get away from it. Ball's going to bounce, take a little bit of a roll, and it'll settle down at McNeil's own 48-yard line. 38-yard punt there, as he had to kick back into the wind. 10:36 to go in the ball game. Ball spotted officially at the McNeil 47 to start this drive. Steele's offense trouts back out there. Two receivers right, one to the left. Ball on the left hash mark for the Knights. They send a man in motion. A handoff to Farrow. Hits the hole on the right side. He's stood up by Tony Shannon. Still able to fall forward, though. And Farrow picks up about 6 yards out to the 41. Tell you what, when these Knight running backs see a hole, they hit it hard. Second down, 4 now. 3 receivers left. Farrow stays in the backfield. They'll send him left as well. Little swing pass to him. He's got plenty of room with blockers in front of him. Across the 40. Hit well at the 37. Enough for a first down, but that's pretty well played by McNeil. Jaden Wellmaker out there to make the tackle. Needed 4, got 4.5 though. First and 10 from the McNeil 37 now. Clock rolling with 9:39 left in the contest. And now Steele really taking their time getting play calls in. Milking this clock down. They're an efficient offense. Fake the handoff. Warner to throw. He's got all day. Nowhere to go with it. Now unleashes one towards that left pylon. It's incomplete. Towards the front of the end zone is where he was throwing it. Intended for Dante Carter, but led him too far out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. Second down and 10 to go now for Steele. They kind of went for the death blow there a little bit. Second and 10 here. 9 seconds left on the play clock. Handoff, Farrow to the right side. He breaks the first tackle and finds his way all the way to the 25-yard line. He picks up 12 and a first down. Nice little cutback from Farrow there. I think it was designed to go left initially, and he saw the opening on the right side and took it and ran. First and 10. Steele with the football at the McNeil 25. Farrow again. Stutter steps, cuts back through the hole up the middle. Picks up 3 or 4 out to the 27. Or excuse me, the 22. Second and 7 here. Couple of fullbacks and tight ends will shift from the right side to the left. They'll hand it to Farrow. Towards that left side he goes. Chased down from behind and tackled. No gain on the play. Jared Black pulled him down. Bobby Holland there to assist as well. And it is 3rd down and 7. McNeil has to get a stop here. They trail by 14 with 7:45 to go in the game. A game that was 21-21 at halftime. Third and 7. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Ball on the left hash mark. It's a handoff to Farrow over the left side. He's got a wall of blockers, and he's got a first down the sideline. Steps out of bounds at the 16 and picks up 6 yards. I said 16. He actually found his way down to the 11. First and 10, and Steele can get another first down if they can get to the 1. Clock not running right now. Steele taking a long time to get this play call in, and they're going to call a timeout. 7:17 to go in the game. 35-21. McNeil trails Steele. Pivotal point here. The ball at the 11 for the Steele Knights. As they try to punch it in and probably ice this one away. McNeil Maverick, by the way, would like to thank the McNeil Maverick football squad, would like to thank the following sponsors: MSF Electric, CQ Installations, Axis Utilities, DJB Systems, Insight AC, and Covert Buick. We'd also like to thank the following for their continued support of Maverick football this season: Rudy's Barbecue, The League, Tony C's, Mighty Fine, Freebirds, and Kona Ice. And a very special thank you to Nash Entertainment for the amazing videos and for capturing all of the special moments this season. 35-21, the score here at Rattler Stadium in San Marcos. The number 11 ranked team in the state in 6A, Steele, leads McNeil by a count of 35-21. And they have the football at the McNeil 11-yard line, looking to salt it away. 1st and 10 as we come out of the timeout. Tight formation, man in motion, and Farrow takes the handoff. Up the middle he goes, backs his way through the hole, and falls down to the 5-yard line. Farrow is the 3rd running back on this roster, but he has been a monster here in this second half. As I think the other two of Sammy Harris and Jonathan Hatton have gone down to injury tonight. Second and 3. They can get a first down at the 1. Can the Knights? Farrow on the handoff, right side on the sweep play. Can he get around the corner? He can. He gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Steele. And that's probably going to just about do it here. 6:35 to go in the contest. Steele now has a 3-touchdown lead. That is Farrow's 2nd touchdown of the night, his 2nd of the half. Play 47-yard drive. Extra point is good. And with 6:35 to go, it is 42-21 in favor of Steele. Drive took 3 minutes and 59 seconds off the clock as Steele was in no rush to let anything happen there. And feels like lead might be a little too insurmountable at this point with just 6:35 to go in the game. McNeil down by 3 touchdowns. This was, tell you what, a heck of a battle from the Mavericks. Came out in the first half and went blow for blow with number 11 ranked team in the state. 21-21 after the at halftime rather. Each time Steele scored in the first half, the Mavs had an answer, but here in the second, Steele has just taken it, turned on the gas a little bit. The Mavs have not had a first down in this second half after moving the ball seemingly at will in the first half. And Steele has scored every time they've touched it since we've come out of the locker room. Kickoff on the way. This one will be kicked deep. And that's going to sail through the end zone for a touchback. $6:35 to go in the ball game. Wind really whipping now north to south through the stadium. The Mavericks driving into the wind towards the north end zone, right to left as you listen. 2 receivers on each side for Jaden Schultz to work with. Joshua Williams in the backfield. Schultz, quick throw into the slot. That ball is caught by Bo Baker. Breaks a first tackle, and he's out to the 34-yard line. 9-yard grab for Baker. McNeil's going to have to go fast. 2nd and 1 here. Pistol formation. Schultz takes the snap, looks to throw again. Down that right sideline, got one-on-one coverage. It is incomplete, but here comes the flag. Looking for Jarrell Gary. He was locking horns down that right side with Christian Watson, and Watson got a whole handful of jersey. Pass interference on the defense is going to add 15, put McNeil out to the 49-yard line, and 1st and 10 now for the Mavs. First time the Mavs have moved the chains here in the second half. They stay in the 4-wide set, 2 on each side with the ball on the right hash mark. Quick throw, into the slot again. It looked like it was intended for Baker, but it found its way over to Gary. And Jarrell Gary picks up 6 into Steele territory at the 45. Quick snap, Schultz escapes out of the pocket up the middle. He's going to pick up a yard or 2 as the pocket was beginning to collapse on him. He got to the 44. Third and 2 now for McNeil. Under center. Schultz will take the snap. Hand it off up the middle and just nowhere to go for Joshua Williams. The Steele defense pushed the offensive line back by about 3 yards before Williams ever got the football. It will be 4th and 4 after the 2-yard loss. 3 receivers to the left, single coverage up to the to the right rather. And timeout called by Steele for this 4th down and 4 with 4:49 to go. 42-21, Steele with the lead over McNeil. The Mavericks with the football at the Steele 45. It is 4th and 4 for McNeil here. A second half dominated by the Cibolo Steele Knights. The winner of this game will move on next week in the regional round and play the winner of Harlan and Harlingen. And Harlan out of San Antonio. And at last check, it was 27-0 in favor of San Antonio Harlan. About halftime there. Fourth and 4 here for McNeil. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Fake the handoff. Schultz to throw. He's got Gary. That's a catch. And it's a first down at the 38. He threw it behind Gary, but he was able to go up and make the grab anyway with the hands. Nice play by the receiver there. McNeil's still got the football at the 38. In Steele territory. 3 receivers left this time. Looking to throw. Floats one down the right sideline. Intended for Gary. That's incomplete. A little too far for him. He was locking horns again with Christian Watson, and that time Watson got the better of it. Second and 10. Fake handoff. Quick throw on the inside slant. And it's caught by Zach Christie, but Christie's immediately tackled at the 35. Gain of about 3 on the play. It is 3rd down and 7 now. Again, 2 receivers on each side. The handoff up the middle. Williams breaks through the hole. He's down inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. That's a first down on a 13-yard pickup. Best drive of this half for the McNeil Mavericks. And timeout called after the play as well. Actually, no timeout. Just resetting the clock here. First and 10 Mavs at the Steele 22. Schultz calls for the snap. Fakes the handoff. He's able to keep it. Williams got hammered in the backfield. Schultz drops it as he kept it around the right side. Who's got it? Schultz fumbled around the 19-yard line, and Steele comes up with it. Ball got away from his body as he was trying to avoid a tackle. And it got knocked out of Jaden Schultz's hand. And that will effectively end the football game with 3:39 to go. He was just trying to make a football move back into the inside to avoid a tackler, and the ball just got away from his body there. 3:39 to go. Steele takes back over 42-21. And they'll take it at the McNeil 19-yard line. Or, excuse me, their own 19-yard line. First play goes over towards the right side. It's a pickup of about 6 there. Maybe 7, actually. I think it was Grant Hamilton on the play. Second down coming up. Minutes left in the ball game. Ball on the 27 here for Steele. Another handoff. The fourth running back now to be used by Steele. It is Noah Espinoza who gets out to the 30. He picks up enough for a first down. Steele's going to keep this on the ground and probably just try to get out of here. This is going to look like a game that Steele had in hand all night, but I'll tell you what. If you watched it and you listened to it, you know it's something different. A hard fought ball game tonight. And Steele going to head back to Shirts knowing they were in a fight. Able to pull away here in the second half, but man, oh man. McNeil came out playing like a house of fire for much of the evening. There's a handoff up the middle, breaking a few tackles. Noah Espinoza breaks loose, and he's out across the 50. That's another first down, a gain of 20 on the play. Looks like Marshall Holland a little slow to get up behind the play, but he's going to get back on side. 2:05 to go in the game. A minute and 40 to go in the contest. Espinoza takes the handoff. Hole through the right side, and he'll be upended by Bobby Holland there at the McNeil 46. 4-yard gain. Well, you know, you think about these seniors tonight for the McNeil Mavericks. And yes, obviously a disappointing into the season tonight, but they're going to look back on this and know that they led this team to something that no McNeil team in 19 years has done, and that is a playoff berth. And not only a playoff berth, but they got a gold football out of this with a victory last week against Bowie. A lot of positives to take away from this season as Espinoza spun down from behind. Darren Powell makes the play. A lot of positives for McNeil coming out of this season, and I'll tell you what, if you're McNeil, timeout is called by the Mavericks with 3rd down and 6 or 7 on the way. You will not only look back fondly on this season with the playoff appearance and the winning record for the first time since 2009 as well, but just the growth of this team and some major seniors playing really well all season long. Thinking about Tony Shannon, thinking about Jaden Wellmaker and Bobby Holland in there, Caden Patty, just to name a few. Dayron Calhoun, some big plays. But then you look down the field, I'd be remiss not to mention Cameron Green as well. But you look down the roster and you think about what's coming back next year. This is a team that is going to be ready to make another run next year with a ton of talented sophomores who have gotten a lot of good experience so far this season. There's a handoff over the right side to Espinoza. He gets out to the 40. And Coach Hermes will take another timeout. Going to be short of the first down by about half a yard here. Or do they move the sticks? Oh, they gave him the first. So Coach Hermes actually will not call the timeout with the first down there, and probably just one snap left in this ball game and the season for the Mavericks. Just think about these sophomores and Aiden Taylor, Gerald Gary, and Zach Christie, Jaden Soltz, Marshall Holland on the defensive side. And this is a team that is going to be a force to be reckoned with next year. But tonight, they fall to the Steele Knights, the number 11 ranked team in the state. Finishes it off in a hard fought battle with the McNeil Mavericks. Your final score, 42-21. We're going to be back in just a minute to wrap it all up here for you. 42-21 your final. McNeil falls to Steele, and they are out. And the 2023 season will come to an end. Back in just a second. This is McNeil Football, presented by Brian Kervin, Realtor, RE/MAX, Capital City.
Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net.
Timeout. All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Back here at Rattler Stadium in San Marcos, where we have gone final, the McNeil Mavericks fall to the Steele Knights by a score of 42-21 here in the area round of the Texas High School playoffs. The season has come to an end for the Mavericks. Brad Tillery here with you on the iHSFAN Network. McNeil Football presented by Brian Kerman, Realtor, RE/MAX, Capital City. Let's tell you how it all happened tonight. These two teams went blow for blow in the first half. A wildly entertaining first 24 minutes of football tonight. Steele got the opening kick, a long pump fake pass play on the first play of the game, and they would cap it off on a 4th and 2 touchdown run from Sammy Harris from 30 yards out to make it 7-0. McNeil answered right back, though, a 14-play drive with 82 yards, and Joshua Williams with his first of 2 touchdown runs to make it 7-7. Steele would drive deep into McNeil territory, but turn it over on downs. McNeil would punt on their next possession. Steele, though, gets the ball after that, and they go on an 8-play, 45-yard drive. Harris with his second touchdown run of the game. For this one from 3 yards out, that made it 14-7. But the theme of the first half, every time Steele scored, McNeil had an answer. The Mavs get the ball right back. Joshua Gaten nearly broke a kick return. Instead, the Mavs go 60 yards on 9 plays. Take 3 minutes, 50-some-odd seconds off the clock. Williams with his second touchdown run of the night, this one from 16 yards, 14-14 your score. Steele gets the ball on the ensuing kickoff. They take it 75 yards on a 9-play drive. Quarterback Chad Warner with a 9-yard keeper around the right side, 21-14. Mavs get it with 1:45 to go at their own 32. They go 8 plays and 68 yards in just 1:28 seconds. Jaden Soltz found Jarrell Gary, on a quick little slant from 6 yards out to tie it up at 21 at the half. And I'll tell you what, the vibes at the stadium were like saying, okay, here we go. We got us a ball game going into the second half. McNeil gets the football coming out of the locker room, and the Mavs offense just could not get it going for most of the second half. A 3-and-out coming out of the locker room forced a punt. Steele immediately scored. They scored every time they touched the ball in the second half with the exception of one. Steele goes on a 9-play, 93-yard drive after being pinned deep. Warner found Jalen Cooper in the end zone for his only touchdown pass of the game, 28-21. Mavs go 3-and-out again on their next drive. Steele goes on a 5-play, 85-yard drive. Avian Farrow caps it off with a 6-yard touchdown run, his first of 2. Another 3-and-out for the Mavs. They would force a turnover on downs deep in their own territory on the next drive, but again, just could not capitalize. Their first 4 drives of the second half for the Mavericks were 3-and-outs. Steele would basically put this away early in the fourth quarter when Avian Farrow had his second touchdown run, capping a 9-play, 47-yard drive. McNeil did have a nice drive towards the end of the game. They got all the way down to the 22, but a fumble would end the drive and effectively end the season as Steele was able to run the clock out. And your final score, 42-21 in favor of the Steele Knights tonight. They will move on to the next round of play, and at last look, they are going to play Harlan out of San Antonio. So a pretty local game between these two teams as Harlan was up big at the half over Harlingen. So trying to see if I can find the score here. But it was pretty big at the half as far as the scores go, and not going to be surprised with that being the final result for their game next week. Elsewhere, real quick, for games of interest around the area as we try to get you caught up here, Port Lavaca Calhoun takes down Burnett tonight, 42-14, and now my app does not want to work correctly. So let me try to reload it one time real quick. If it doesn't work, we're just going to check out of here and move on. Let's see. There we go. So Burnett falls 42-14. They're out of the playoffs. Blanco leads London 55-21 in the fourth quarter. Bernie 31, Lavernia 28. That game in the third. Good ball game there. Liberty Hill 62, Mission Sherilyn 35. Final there. Liberty Hill moves on. Let's see. Johnson City falls to Refugio 69-8. That game's still going on in the fourth quarter. Lake Travis 48, San Antonio Johnson 21. Late fourth there. Lake Travis will move on to the next round. Belton will drop one to Richmond Randall. That's 40-7. Still in the third there, but writing seems on the wall. Where else do we have close in the area? Crockett trails Montgomery Lake Creek 43-21. That game at halftime. Westlake 38, San Antonio Reagan 14. Late third quarter there. Lago Vista trails Sinton 31-21 in the fourth. Wimberley all over Orange Grove 49-0 in the fourth quarter. Lampasas trails Alice 35-14 at the half. Dripping Springs going to play tomorrow against Converse Judson. One game of local interest in college ball tonight as well. The UTSA Roadrunners at home down at the Alamo Dome just south of here, taking on South Florida. They lead it 21-14 over the Bulls in the second quarter. That's going to wrap it up for the iHSFAN Network season this year for high school football and the McNeil Mavericks and all of Round Rock ISD as well. We want to thank you guys so much for joining us all year, spending your Fridays with us and your Thursdays too when we have those games. Couldn't do this without our sponsors for making all this happen. We also appreciate the support from McNeil and Round Rock ISD for everything they do for us and just making our life as easy and great as possible, and really could not ask for a better crew to do all this with. Want to thank the Godfather himself, Rick Epstein, He's the man behind all of us who makes this happen for the iHSFAN network, and we do appreciate him as well. And I want to thank Ike Kohler, by the way, who has been my broadcast partner for all season. We had video going on. We were doing two-man booths, and Ike, awesome. You may not know much about him. He's still a college student cutting his teeth in the broadcasting world down at UT, and so glad he's getting this experience and being able to call games with us. And Ike, appreciate you. Hope we get to do it again next year, my friend. For all of us with McNeil Football and the iHSFAN Network, my name's Brad Tillery. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and this season. We hope you have a great and happy Thanksgiving next week. Enjoy your holidays. We'll talk to you again next August. This has been McNeil Football presented by Brian Kerman, Realtor, RE/MAX Capital City on the iHSFAN Network.
Listening to the Horn Webcast Network, powered by iHSFAN. If you're interested in advertising on or privately supporting this webcast, please reach out to us on Twitter at iHSFAN. All audio rights of this webcast presentation belong to iHSFAN, and any intent to rebroadcast or